Yeah, this is your boy PH. Anyways, welcome to Philosophy. This episode of Philosophy, I'm going to be breaking down. Just reading an article about force fields, actually, and I thought this would be a little bit fun to start explaining more about my research points and my perception and my perspective on them. Force fields in general are going to be a new technology. They're coming out. They're going to be revolutionizing science in general. As we're talking about, you know, productivity. But one thing I want to bring up to force fields in general, as we're saying, like, they're possibilities, right? Right now, with the way headphones are going and stereo sound and everything else, we are basically putting a perception of it. The other day, my neighbors were fucking loud, really bad, and I was just thinking about how could I project a. And they always listen to loud music, and like, how could I project a frequency high enough to block the sound waves from coming into my apartment and the vibrations, and that it wouldn't be bothersome to me. And we're talking about long wavelengths that would just be competing in negating the ones that they're sending over there. So it doubled down, but it would help out. And technically, with we do put material force fields around us. Um, but to go back to my point, is the reason why I'm bringing this up is because technically we are already surrounded by force fields. I state this why is because in the spiritual world, auras are considered energy projecting. I want to break this down for a couple of reasons. It's simple enough to explain that auras are a real thing. Years and years and years of studying has gotten me to this point, and auras are seen by some people, they're not seen by everybody, and it's also you have to believe it to be there so your mind can actually truly process it. We're still understanding the mind and everything else. So as we're going through, as we're trying to figure out what's happening next, and we're trying to go through it. Sorry, I just got sidetracked by a message. Um, our heat projects energy. Our heat radiates heat. Our body radiates heat. Our heart gives off a magnetic field. Um, Even the way that we move, we vibrate. The way we perceive an image is from two sides of things. So one thing I want to say is that we don't actually know our actual size because of our auras and because of our bodies. When somebody says, "Don't touch my bubble" or "Get out of my bubble," well, the bubble's a real thing, and this is where I want to break down the aura. The aura is the bubble. It's like when that person walks behind you and you know who they are without actually turning around. Like, yo, what's up? And they get kind of freaked out because it's like this ESP situation. What's happening though is that because we are projecting around ourselves consistently a field, a magnetic field, and a heat, and we heat bounces back and forth. So because of heat and the magnetic fields, we're actually able to sense people legitimately. By stating this, we are opening up a huge exploration of science in general to understand that when we shake somebody's hand, we're actually going into somebody's field and they're going into our field, and we're melding fields. When we're cuddling, we're melding fields. It's just like a Venn diagram. It's interesting how ignorant people can be and how ignorant life is. But when we take a step back and we open up our minds and we really start analyzing what truly it means to be human, it's magical. And I've seen things that I can't explain to the world. Well, I can actually, and I'm one of those people that are really blessed to have done a lot of research to get to this point, and I mean a lot of research. And this is where a lot of people that are very ignorant in their statements are jumping on the fact to hop on a bandwagon to gain popularity. It's not the case. Um, so this is just a little bit of information about auras in general, and magnetic fields, or the bubble. It depends how you want to explain it. This is PH. I am in the spiritual world. You can call me a foreteller. In today's age, I'm a futurist. That's the truth. So you're watching Channel PH. Aloha.